Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Indeyah's World. I hope you guys are doing okay, and if not, that's okay too. So, usually the stories I tell are pretty random, but I realized that for the most part, this episode has a common theme: childhood. Mainly things I did when I was in elementary school. Remember I told you guys in episode 4 that right across the street from my high school is a cemetery? I'm telling you, all you gotta do is walk across the street and there it is. Well, it gets worse.
Oh crap!
Listen to this and y'all can tell me if where I live isn't absolutely insane. My neighborhood used to be a plantation during slavery. Then it was a graveyard. Then they decided to build a neighborhood on top of the graveyard. You see where I'm getting at? And in my elementary school that is in that neighborhood, there is a big sugar mill right in the middle of the school and another sugar mill across the street from it. So yeah, as you can imagine, the neighborhood and the school has some pretty messed up origins. I am convinced that the neighborhood is haunted, but especially the school. There were many kids who said they saw strange figures, dark shadows, and felt there were people following behind them only to turn around and no one was there. I felt it too. But one place that I felt was the most haunted was the library. Ooh, the library was spooky, and everyone in my first grade class knew it. The buildings were made of bricks and stones, like how those old-timey buildings used to be built. And on the walls were paintings of people. I don't know who they were, probably prominent historical figures, but I swear to you guys, whenever I looked at the paintings, the eyes would follow me. It was wild. And so I never really liked to go into the library for too long. But I did love to read. Boy, did I love it. One of my favorite books was the Captain Underpants series. Have you guys ever read those books? If you haven't heard of Captain Underpants, it's a children's book series where child best friends George Beard and Harold Hutchins create a comic book about a superhero called Captain Underpants. But one day, they accidentally hypnotize their mean principal, Mr. Krupp, into believing he is Captain Underpants, and silly shenanigans ensue.
Ouch!
I loved it, man. It was awesome. And so George and Harold inspired me to make a comic book myself. So I grabbed a purple composition notebook and I set out to create Indeyah's Comix Inc. with an X. Unfortunately, I can't show the cover of the book because I stuck SpongeBob stickers all over it and I'm not sure if I can show that here. But here is the first page. Dear comic book readers, this book belongs to me, Indeyah Todman. I have my own corporation, Indeyah's Comix Inc. Here's my corporation's picture. I know it's not much, but I didn't know what to put. Anyway, if you see this picture on a comic, you'll know it's my comic. I hope you enjoy all of my comics. Have fun reading! Yep, I created my own comic organization. And these are my characters. They were based off of real friends of mine at the time, so of course I've changed their names, and then the other names that are in here I've changed as well. And yeah, so the two main characters were Bob the Monster and Butterfly. Bob was this unfortunate monster who just wanted to tell the reader stories, only to be interrupted and annoyed by the butterfly all the time. So, this comic, which I took the time to color in, is called Bob the Monster in Bob's Birthday Disaster.
There once was a monster named Bob.
Hi, I'm Bob. I'm gonna tell you about... Ugh, quit it! La 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 la.
No!
La 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 la.
1 hour later.
La 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 la. Hold on. Oh, stupid. What? Stupid butterfly. Hey, a chair and tape. Interesting. Yep. And on the next page, I'd have questions asking what they think will happen next. Dude, the confidence I had in this thing, man. I shared it around to everybody in my class. And as you can see, at least a couple of them answered the question. And all Bob the Monster ended up doing was taping a box to a chair.
What?
Yeah, I don't know why, don't ask me. Ask child Indeyah. And basically, Bob's birthday party was destroyed due to a terrible stinky monster showing up. But it was okay because they went to the park the next day and had a great time. And they all lived happily ever after. And in between the comics, I would have advertisements, so here's this one. Here's a message from me, the Fartatron 5000! Yeah, it's great! Knock out your enemies! Take that, butt face! Do any of y'all want to buy the Fartatron 5000? Cause I'm buying 20. And this one, I made this one for my brother. It's a bird! It's a plane! It's a frog! A frog? No, it's Super Alex!
I can't wait for some vanilla ice cream. Boo you, vegetables and fruits.
Saving the city every day, but not today. Yeah, if you were a citizen in danger, sucks to be you, cause Super Alex is getting some ice cream. You can tell I wasn't a big fan of fruits and veggies with one G. Yeah, there's more in here I haven't shown yet, like Bob the Monster in Bob's Weirdest New Year, Olivia Fair in Merry Christmas, and Flyos, the cereal that tastes horrible but makes you fly? Whee! But you know what I've noticed? The comic book is basically the format of what I am trying to do now for the podcast. Stories with clips in between and interacting with the audience. You guys. I guess some things never change. Have you ever made something when you were a kid? Something you were really proud of or just did for fun? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. Are you enjoying this episode? Because it's time for more Indeyah's World right after this.
Indeyah's World will be back after these messages.
If you are feeling down or not really as smart or intelligent today, we bring you the Darwin Awards Revisited, because no matter what happens, you will be way smarter than these people.
When you don't feel like brain or brawn, no, or even know what's going on, you'll never be as bad as Darwin or I.
This one is called Wife Tossing. February 1998, Buenos Aires. During a heated marital dispute, a 25-year-old man picked up his 20-year-old wife and threw her off their 8th-floor apartment balcony when she became tangled in the power lines below. He immediately leapt from the balcony and fell towards his wife, but missed the power lines completely and plunged to his death. The woman managed to swing over to a nearby balcony and was saved. Wow, talk about karma, like instant karma, dude. This one is called The Deadly Gas. A terrible diet and a room with no ventilation are being blamed for the death of a man who was killed by his own gas emissions. There was no mark on his body, and an autopsy showed large amounts of methane gas in his system. His diet had consisted primarily of beans and cabbage and a couple of other things. It was just the right combination of foods. It appears that the man died in his sleep from breathing the poisonous cloud that was hanging over his bed. Had he been outside or had his windows been opened, it wouldn't have been fatal. But the man was shut up in his nearly airtight bedroom. According to the article, he was a big man with a huge capacity for creating this deadly gas. 3 of the rescuers got sick, and 1 was hospitalized. This is legendary, dude. I hope they put that on his tombstone, man. This last one's called The Farm-Like Truck. James Burns, 34, a mechanic, was killed in March as he tried to repair what police describe as a farm-type truck. Burns got a friend to drive the truck on a highway, while Burns hung underneath so that he could ascertain the source of a troubling noise. Burns' clothes caught on something, however, and the other man found Burns wrapped in the drive shaft. Oh god. Why would he go under the car while it was driving? Like, what wouldn't it make sense to just like go under it when the car is not going at full speed on the road? And so, the Darwin's Awards recognized these individuals who, through their inane actions and stupidity, died, thus improving society by removing their genes from the gene pool.
And if you feel a little blue, it doesn't matter what you do, 'cause you'll never be as bad as Darwin boys.
Hey guys, welcome back. Are you guys ready? Cause there's a story I'd like to tell you. So, this one time at band camp, this boy came up to me and okay, it wasn't actually at band camp. I just had to do that joke. Do you know where that's from? If you do, you're like the coolest person ever. So, let me know in the comments below. So, this one time in elementary school, this boy came up to me and he tried to insult me.
You're so weird.
And I was used to being called weird. That's how most of the kids saw me. But before I could respond, this giant light bulb lit up at the top of my head. Little Indy had an idea, and it was a good one. Aw, thank you so much!
No, I said you're weird, and you're ugly.
Oh my gosh, that is the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me. Thank you.
See, that's why you're weird.
I was so incredibly happy that it worked. See, what I learned was that boy wanted me to react a certain way. He came at me, feet firm on the ground, armed with swords he forged from his sharp, piercing birds. He took his stance, ready for confrontational combat, for wordy warfare in the West. And he wanted to be the victor, to watch me cower before his feet, to be so hurt that I could not even fathom fighting back. And I went, na 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 boo boo. I responded in a way he didn't expect, in a way that his swords could not even land on me. In fact, it made them look ridiculous and useless. I changed the reality he tried to put me in, using my own voice. And after that, anyone who tried to insult me in elementary school, I pretended they were giving me an amazing compliment. It didn't stop people from thinking I was weird. In fact, it only solidified it. But hey, it's true, I am weird. Who says that's gotta be a bad thing? The thing about being normal is that someone else sets the standard for what being normal is. It's not your own standard. And trying to follow someone else's rules of who you should be never seems to work out in the end. Believe me, I've tried. So, let's make our own rules. Let's be ourselves. As always, thanks for listening. Check out these clips and we'll be right back.
Indy's World will be back after these messages.
Thought of the day with Leanne. In order to fall asleep, we have to pretend to be asleep. See y'all next time.
What is a boy's name that starts with the letter H? Stephen?
Jose.
And that bell means we've come to the end of this episode of Indeyah's World. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you had fun. Again, my name is Indeyah, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Today's show was brought to you by toilets that sing when you flush them, superheroes that eat frozen treats during winter, dinosaurs that read books about unicorns, and amazing viewers like you.